Have you heard of the Kalinator? He's taking the backgammon world by storm, and he joins me in this video for an exclusive interview. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my pleasure to be conducting an interview with the Kalinator himself, Kalin Stefanov. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me again, and that was a great introduction.
My pleasure. How are you doing today?
I guess all right. Could have been smoother, but it's fine.
Yeah, thank you for joining me and accommodating me at this hour. I know there's a time difference, so I appreciate that. I'm excited to talk a lot about backgammon. I'd like to start, if I may, with a little background biographical information for the viewers. Can you tell us, please, where you were born and raised?
So I was born in Sofia, Bulgaria, the capital of Bulgaria, and that's where I grew up up until 2023. I was 18 years old at the time that I moved to Stuttgart, Germany, and that's where I'm joining you from now.
And what made you decide to move to Germany?
Well, I was playing pool at the time, and there wasn't really a pool scene in Bulgaria, so Germany was a better opportunity from that side, and then that's what generally made me move to Germany.
Very good, very good. And you're young, so you're not married and you don't have children yourself, right?
Yeah, and I will not be.
That's what a lot of people say. Very good. So what are your hobbies outside of backgammon? You mentioned pool, right?
Yeah, I tend to play. I mean, I used to play it kind of seriously, but that's in the past now. As I'm now completely focused on backgammon, then pool is just left for tournaments, and maybe a day before a tournament I could go shoot some balls, but basically that's it at the moment.
I don't know if I told you, I used to play pool a lot when I was in high school, I believe.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, we would play nine ball. Yeah. Okay, so how did you get into backgammon yourself?
Uh, okay, so maybe it all started like 5, 6 years ago or something. So my dad showed me backgammon, and my first reaction was, "What a stupid game it is! No, I don't want to play it. It's useless." So I didn't play it for a bit, but then something happened. I just ran upon it or something, some online tournaments while I was still in Bulgaria. Then I played a few of them, and eventually it got serious last year.
It's I know backgammon is very popular in Bulgaria, isn't it?
Maybe it's popular without the cube. So
Right, right.
with the cube, it's definitely not popular. But without the cube, probably most people know at least how to move the checkers.
In some countries, like every home you go to, they have a backgammon board. Is that how it is in
Probably in
Bulgaria?
Turkey, for example.
And where?
Probably in Turkey, I said.
In Turkey, yes, in Turkey and in a lot of the Middle Eastern countries. I remember I had a classmate when I was in school, and she was from Bulgaria. So we played, and she showed me like a couple other variants that they play as well, other than the traditional variant without the cube.
Yeah, so I've heard of those two. One of them, you put your checker on your opponent's checkers instead of hitting them, and they cannot move it or something like that.
Yeah, that one's pinning. It's called plakoto in Greek, I believe.
It's called tapa in Bulgaria,
Ah,
and
tapa, yeah.
almost literally meaning to stopping something from moving. Like it's not the formal word. It's kind of an informal word that works that you can use for that. And the other variant I've heard about is some stupid variant where when you roll double aces, you play everything up to double sixes. But if you cannot play at least one of your numbers, then your opponent finishes them for you.
Wow, that's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it's like tossing a coin, I guess.
So what would you say you like about backgammon? You first thought it was a stupid game, but what do you like about it now?
Well, I like that there's so many fish swimming freely around. Then I just need to let the hook go, and then they bite it.
It's hard to find. There's a lot of people play. But there are a lot of people that play just socially and not for money. So sometimes it's hard to find the fish.
Yeah, that's true. But these who play socially and not for money, I try to avoid them because they cannot motivate me. And if they want to pay for their lesson, then why should I play with them?
Yeah. So you started playing only a few years ago. How did you improve to the level that you're at?
Well, I started playing seriously, in fact, only 1 year ago, and I'm just using the bot. And unlike my very beautiful friend John Giorgio, I trust it.
I remember you guys. One of my favorite videos that you were on with him was when we were playing a doubles match, and you guys were on the same doubles team. And we need to do that again. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we didn't do that again because a couple of your partners refused.
You guys were arguing too much. I think you have to keep the arguments between the two of you and surprise the opponent. But yeah, I'll put a link to that one. That one was a lot of fun. I think it was because, the two of you were partners and you had different opinions on the moves, and then the arguing back and forth was really funny.
Yeah, I remember that. And eventually you won due to the rigged dice because you wrote like doubles in a row
Oh
and
yeah, and at the end, I remember John took his phone and pretended to be calling the police because he was robbed.
yes, 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 exactly.
So let's talk about that because you improved by using XG or the bot or computer software. A lot of people do that too, including myself and many others. But there are a lot of people that say, okay, how are you going to learn from the software because the software doesn't speak to you? So what are the things you do to learn?
Well, I mean, I've also said that the software doesn't speak to me, but I'm trying to read it. And what I would usually do is just look at the percentages that it shows. Because if I just look at the equity, then it doesn't really say a lot because a human mind can't really comprehend it. But if I look at the percentages, then I can mostly understand where this equity comes from. And then when I do the comparison, it just becomes pattern recognition. Like many have said it before, but generally it's just becoming kind of automatic now based on the pattern that I'm seeing. So that's in a on a short saying.
So when you say percentages, are you referring to the percent single wins, gammons, and so forth?
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, I
And
find that's useful as well. And a lot of the times I think about basically everything that you do is based on the likelihood of the next roll. So I like to look at the possible next rolls with the dice distribution and things like that.
yeah, like that's of course something you do, but that's mostly. I mean, I'm doing it mostly when I'm playing and when I'm analyzing a position, then I'm looking at other stuff because, like, I mean, first of all, that's distribution. I don't really use it because it's. I mean, I can't explain it, but it's something too complicated for me, and probably not. How can I say it? Not something that I would think of while I'm playing, which means that it's probably not so useful.
Right.
And when I look at the percentages, then I can understand the principle in that kind of a position. And then when I recognize it next time, I'll be able to know what to do.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so now you've improved a lot, and now you're actually giving lessons, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Let me pull this one up. Here we go. Are you able to see that now?
Yeah, so yeah, in the last few weeks or maybe even a month, I worked on creating a course which kind of contains the things that brought me up from a 13 PR to the current 6 PR or something like that. On a top game 3 PR maybe. So if I'm 100%, it's between 3 and 5. And yeah, that's what I'm offering now. So it's it contains basically everything that I've been through in the last year, and I believe it's going to be useful for many 10 to 13 PR players to be able to get to master level.
That's fantastic. So you haven't completed this yet, right? You're still working on it?
Well, at this exact moment that we're recording, it's not completed, but the time that people will be watching the video, it will be completed.
And then people can enroll. It's like a one-on-one course, or is it something they can watch on video? How does it work?
A one-on-one. So if it's obviously someone not close by, then it's going to be online. And again, I'm just showing things around and explaining things, kind of. So
Very,
that's
very
how it
good, very good. So this will be great. I think it's great to teach other people backgammon. It helps promote the game. So that's fantastic. Thank you for doing that. The other thing that you've been doing recently, I'll pull this up here. This is your YouTube channel. I wanted to take an opportunity to mention this and go through it. You recently started the YouTube channel, right?
Well, I started it, I don't know, like half year ago, but it's not some special thing. I do it mostly just for doing it, kind of. At the moment, I'm just doing live streams
Oh
because
yeah, so let's see the live streams here.
yeah,
Oh, so you have the live
some of
streams.
them are terrible. So, for example, today I streamed. You can see it there, and
Oh, you did this.
what is the problem with it is that my audio was completely buffering and things like that, so you couldn't hear the audio clear.
Yeah,
uh,
you'll figure it out. Those technical things are a little bit challenging. Well, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel on backgammon?
your channel, I guess, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I think it's fun. I mean, like I do it mostly for fun. um, and for a variety of other reasons, promote backgammon, people like it, things like that. But this is good. I think anything you do, like I believe backgammon is obviously a visual game, so when you have video on it, it really helps people learn it and understand it.
yeah, and it even helps me improve because when I'm playing a match and talking, like talking, not only thinking but talking about it, like on the live stream, then it's even helping me more in terms of understanding a certain kind of position. And what's fun is what I noticed that if I play relatively fast, then my checker play is almost perfect, while my cube action contains some 500 blunders and something
Mhm.
like that. If I start to think deeply into things like I do on a live stream, my checker play goes a bit worse, maybe 1.5 blunders per game, while my cube action goes to almost perfect. So it's probably showing me that I shouldn't overthink on checker play at this exact moment because my checker play is kind of automated now, so I should trust my gut feeling. While on the cubes, I could think a little bit more deeply because it's not automated, so the gut feeling could be much more wrong.
Right. My friend Kit Woolsey, he's a Hall of Famer and a backgammon legend. He says every turn when you have access to the cube is a doubling decision. So you need to at least consider it. A lot of times it's obviously trivial, you just roll, but sometimes you need to actually think about it. So that's
Yeah,
that's
usually my
good.
problem with cubes is being too optimistic, so doubling early or taking a drop and not missing a double usually.
Right, right. And I've spoken with other people about playing games and actually speaking during the play, like in a live stream. It's not normal when you play, you're just thinking, you're not vocalizing it, but so it's difficult to start doing that. But a lot of people actually say once you start vocalizing it, it actually helps you think and understand, and you go back and think about things and improve.
Exactly. It makes sense because when you're thinking about it, okay, you're thinking about it, but when you say it out loud, then you actually hear it. So it's like sticking from both sides, and then it works out better because
And it
if you
works really
hear
well. Like a lot of
you
people are
say,
doing this, and it's like a commentary. Like I see Dirk Sheeman do this, and he does outstanding videos. You learn a lot, and I like to invite people. Like we've done it, where you played a match, and we kind of talk about it. And it's a great example. I like to have people at all different levels because you can talk and you can learn, and it shows people that anybody can play regardless of your level.
yeah, absolutely, and even if someone is not a good player, then they still have a way of thinking that makes them play a certain move. So when they hear that, and then they hear someone from a higher level speak about the moves, then the weak player can see the difference, can very easily adjust and improve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so very good. And the next thing we wanted to talk about is your new thing, the Kalinator Backgammon series. So
Yeah, so,
this is the slide. I'll let you talk about it, please.
yeah, that's my best project for sure. So I just came up randomly with the idea this year, and it came out pretty good. So we had 4 tournaments this year, and almost everyone who played was pretty happy with the organization and stuff like that. And eventually, I decided that 2025 should be more structured, not just a tournament announced after the other, everything pre-announced, and I've come up with 8 ranking tournaments from January to November, which will eventually bring the top 9 in the rankings to a Masters. And these 9 will be joined by a wild card. The wild card will be decided by a committee that's me and 2 of the best participants from 2024, whom I invited to be part of the committee. And so the 3 of us will decide on the wild cards. There will be 4 wild cards who have a chance to come in the Masters. They will play a knockout tournament between themselves. The Masters will be no entry fee, and the whole price collected throughout. So from the €30 entry fee per ranking tournament, 2 of it will go to the Masters. The whole pot collected will go for the Masters tournament, and it's yeah, okay, so that was the main thing. And it's a group stage format where depending on the number of participants, the knockout is 12 maybe, or if it's more participants then it can be 24. So this is so explained in the tournament rules. This is the low left QR code. If you scan it, you can see the complete tournament rules, and it includes the format and basically everything. If you scan the middle QR code, that's where you can register. It's just a quick Google form. It takes 2 minutes to fill up, and then I will contact you. And in the lower right QR code, you can see everything from this year. So all the 4 tournaments we had, you can see the winners and what happened there, basically.
Very good. So there are going to be 8 different tournaments throughout the year, right?
Yeah, so it's 8 tournaments of the same kind, and they all bring the same kind of ranking points and things like that.
And it's an online format on Backgammon Studio Heroes, which is outstanding. So people anywhere in the world can play, right?
Yes, exactly.
So how do these tournaments work? Like when you go to a live tournament, of course, everybody is in the same room and they're playing it all at the same time. For these online ones, is everyone playing at the same time, or you schedule things? How does it work? I've never done that.
No, you schedule things. So, for example, I mean, not for example, it depends again on the number of participants, but usually for the group stage, you have 5 or 6 matches, maybe five more often, and you have 2 weeks to schedule them. In this time, you get your opponent's emails at the start, and then you just contact them and book a time. Then for the knockout, it's something like 3 days per round. Could be 4 days per round. Again, depending on the number of participants.
So how long does it take to complete one full tournament? 2 weeks, 4 weeks, something like
35 days, in fact.
35 days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 5 weeks, and there's a summer break in July,
Oh,
because
I see.
if I put a tournament in July, then maybe it will have less participants because people will be out on holidays and things like that.
I
So
see.
I decided on a summer break. So actually, not I personally, the committee suggested it, and I kind of agreed.
Okay, so the entry fee goes towards the prize pool for each tournament. Each tournament gets a prize, right?
Yeah, so from the 30 euro entry fee, 25 will go for the current tournament, €2 will go for the Masters prize pot, and there's a €3 fee, so that's a 10%. It's probably the least you'll find.
Okay, very good, very good. So you started this last year or this year in 2024, correct?
Yeah, this year in 2024 in April. So it started with an idea, and then it just worked out good, and it goes on.
How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I played some online tournaments, and then I just thought, okay, why shouldn't I organize one if I'm playing some?
So how many tournaments have you had thus far?
4 tournaments, and
And
the
how many
fourth is
people
still running.
how many people have been playing in the tournaments?
In the first one, it was 14. In the other three, it was 24. And I missed the last one because so it can be 24 and not have to go to 25.
Wow, that's great. How did you find all those people?
Uh, Kind of promoting it on Facebook, and then when someone, excuse me, when someone, when I see that someone likes it, I can ask him, okay, can you show it to some friends or things like that, and then from one person to another, and then eventually we get some groups of even we have a group of Thai people. So there aren't Thai people, in fact there are Germans and Swiss living in Thailand, but we have 3 or 4 of them, and I invited one of them for the committee. He was one of the first participants. Also, I'm sharing it around with the people I know, so we have some of them joining, and yeah, that's it.
That's great. That's great. What's been the feedback from the players who have played in it?
Well, most of them are pretty happy with both the format and the organization. So, in general, a good feedback.
And what is the level of play for the players that play? Are they like top players? Are they beginners? Is it a mix? What is it?
It's a mix, but I mean, I'm guessing, I haven't calculated it, but probably the average should be something like 7 to 8, I guess,
Pretty
because there
good.
are there are quite a few players who play under 6, and there are quite a few who play over 10, maybe. So it's probably below 10 on average and above 6.
So the Kalinator series is a fantastic way to promote backgammon, and I want to congratulate you and express my gratitude and appreciation for all the things that you do in the form of promoting the game. So thank you.
Well,
What else? I mean, I've been talking with a lot of different people about how to promote the game, how to get more people playing backgammon because it's a great game, and there are many different ways. And what you're doing is an outstanding way. Do you have other ideas about how we can get more people to play backgammon?
Well, that's a good question. And I don't think of something specific, but I mean, most people tend to look at backgammon like a pop game or something like that. And, if they play, they just throw stuff at their opponents, kind of. So if we could somehow imply that backgammon is a sport where there's respect between players and things like that, I believe that that could be a way to get it more popular. Because even when I go to a big tournament or something like that, all the time you see people being angry and complaining and hitting the table and things like that. This is something that is not a good promotion for the game. So if we can kick this out of the picture and leave full respect from one side and the other side, then this would be a good promotion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. They say the most important things you learn in life, you learn in kindergarten. And those are things like respect and appropriate behavior and things like that. But it's
I
difficult
saw a
in back.
comment from you a few days ago. Looks like he was absent at kindergarten.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is it's a game, but people get excited when they play because there's a lot of ups and downs. You roll good dice or you get bad ones. So it's easy to get frustrated, but it's important to be able to control yourself.
It's included on my course how to do it.
Really.
Yes.
So we should have a lot of people that can take that course and learn.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that could learn from the course, but maybe they all want to teach me instead. So,
Maybe you should have a separate course just on that topic.
yeah, that's actually true. It could be a long one itself.
Well, that's fantastic. It's been a pleasure talking with you about all these backgammon related things, especially the Kalinator series. And do you have any final comments before we conclude? Is there anything we missed?
Well, I think we covered it all. If anybody wants to register for the Kalinator series, just send me a mail or fill out the form. And yeah, I think that's it.
Very good. I'll put the links in the description so the viewers can click directly there. So, very good. Thank you very much to my good friend Kalin Stefanov, the Kalinator himself on YouTube and the Kalinator Backgammon series. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon, Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.